up on, but I definitely want to go over The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. And this is my first ever Sarah Adams book. And you guys, the amount of notes. Here are all of my notes. So first things first, hi everyone, I'm Natalie and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It means the world to me and I'm very thankful for this platform. I've been wanting to join the booktube community for about 5 years now, and finally I'm doing it. As you can tell, I'm completely new at this as far as editing, and I'm filming on my phone. We're in this together, but thank you for sticking around and watching and supporting my channel. It means more than you know. Okay, so a lot's happened this week. Not a whole lot of reading because I've been stuck on this book for like 4 or 5 days. Yeah, and it's only 300 pages. But yeah, this is one of those that I kind of forced myself to read. I'm gonna go over my review for The Cheat Sheet and let you know what I'm reading now, let you know my plans for this week and for next week. I plan on finishing Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Let me know. Otherwise, I plan on finishing Atmosphere hopefully sometime this week. My main focus this week is I'm filming a vlog for finishing series I'm in the middle of. And for that vlog, I'm going to be finishing the Kingdom of the Wicked series by Carrie Maniscalco. I'm going to be reading Kingdom of the Feared. This is the 3rd and final book in her trilogy. And then I believe it goes into the Throne of Secrets after this. And then I'm going to be finishing the We Were Liars duology with Family of Liars. I'm very excited to read this. One, there's not a show on it, so I get my own perspective, my own experience. The problem with We Were Liars is I watched the show, so I knew what was going to happen. Nothing was a surprise, although I did enjoy reading it and the writing style. I wish I was one of those that have read the book when it came out before the show. I'm excited to pick this up and just, you know, no show, so nothing's tainted it for me, nothing's spoiled anything for me. So I'm really excited, and I believe this is from the mother's perspective. I'm really intrigued. It does say this takes place 27 years before the events of We Were Liars. And then I'll put it here, but I plan on continuing the, what is it called? I should have had all of this ready. I plan on continuing the Saga of the Unfated by Danielle L. Jensen. Book 2, A Curse Carved in Bone. I'll put it here. I looked it out from my Libby app. So I'll be reading it as an ebook. I don't know what to expect in this one at all. I loved A Fading to Blood. Can't really remember everything that happens. I've read books after that. I'm excited. I want to see how she wraps it up. I am excited for it. And then I'm going to be picking up, what is it called? I think it's called Sins of the Zodiac. I'm just like wasting time here. I'm going to be continuing Sins of the Zodiac by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, and I'm going to be continuing on with Echo Fort. I think 4 books is enough. I'm hoping to get these read by next Monday at the latest. I was supposed to do my last summer fling before Halloween vlog where I read all summer books, and I was trying to focus on getting books that have the word summer in the title. That was my little challenge I had planned for this week, and then it just fell behind because I was stuck on the cheat sheet. Yeah, so that put me behind schedule. So this week I'm doing my finishing series vlog. Next week is when I will do my last summer fling before Halloween. Say that 10 times fast. And the next week, before I know it's gonna be Halloween and I'm not gonna be And then the next week after that, this is just spur of the moment on a fluke. I want to do this does interfere with my fall reading, because I had planned to read as many cozy books as I could read, cozy autumnal books as I could read, and let you know which ones I think are worth your time. So I'm definitely gonna do that as well. But spur of the moment, I fell in love with K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. Me and my daughter, we are obsessed. We've been listening to the soundtrack in the car daily. We've been playing the movie on repeat. I've literally watched it 3 times within the last 2 days. Spur of the moment, I'm going to be reading books that are similar, have a similar vibe of movie K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm going to let you know which books, after doing this little experiment and challenge, I will let you know which books are worth your time and that I feel like are the exact vibe I'm looking for. I will let you know. I've been doing some research and I have compiled a list of some books. I feel like, not every book because I don't have time for that. I compiled a list of books I feel like that are more my taste, that I will like, and yeah, we will see. And then I'm going to let you know, after reading all of these, I'm going to let you know which ones, in my opinion, have the exact vibe of the movie, because I am freaking obsessed, y'all. My daughter too, she is so cute to see her reaction, like with all of the songs. She loves them. It was so cute to see her reaction when Gino came onto the screen. She's in love, you guys. She's in love. This is like her first ever movie crush, and she's 11, and she's completely head over heels. I don't blame her. I love him too. The cheat sheet, because this might take some time to get through, so go ahead and grab a drink. I've got one, but I have to get up to get it. Oh no, it's right here. It's right here. Oh. I just got the caramel macchiato creamer, the Starbucks one, and it did not disappoint, y'all. And I added some caramel syrup to it. Okay. The cheat sheet. Let's talk about it. I don't want to crap onto this book because I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that to authors. And Sarah Adams, this is my first book from her, and I still want to continue the cheat sheet series. I think there's 2 other standalones. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it that deep. I'm not sure if it's like same characters or just a completely different world and story. No clue. But I do want to keep reading her books. I like her writing. I do. I just had issues with the characters in this book, and honestly, I almost DNF'd it. Okay, but I didn't want to do that to Sarah Adams. I'm like, this is my first book from her. I'm gonna give her a chance. And even though I didn't enjoy this one as much as I wanted to, I'm still going to read her books and give her a chance, because I've seen a couple YouTubers just say how good her books are. And you know what? Like, I like the fact that she keeps it low-key on the spice. It's different, and I like that. I'm always reading spice. I'm always reading explicit, you know. And this was just different and refreshing, and I enjoyed that. Did I find it very believable? No. But let's just talk about what happened and why. The first 3 chapters, I was already irritated with Bree as a character. I was already thinking to myself, okay, she sounds very insufferable, and where are the boundaries here? There's no boundaries. I was already thinking their friendship's kind of weird. If I was in a relationship with Nathan and Bree was there, I would not like that. So I don't blame his girlfriends for not liking her. I don't. Already right off the bat, I was like, am I going to like this book? And then I looked it up on Goodreads, and there's a lot of DNFs. This book has a lot of DNFs and 1 stars. And I was like, oh no. And should I keep reading? But I didn't want to DNF another book. And this was my first book from her. And it's a short book. It's fairly short. It did take me 4 days to get through. So I was about to just say, you know what? No, this is not for me. But then I kept reading and it got better and then it didn't. And the last 100 pages were a stretch for me. I feel like I ran 10 miles. The last 100 pages, I just didn't even care. At this point, I didn't care if they got together. I didn't care that they got married. Is that a spoiler? I don't know, I'm sorry. I mean, you know this book is gonna end happily ever after. We all know. When we pick up a rom-com or a romance book, we know we're gonna get a happy ending. We're gonna get wedding bells. We're gonna get walking off in the sunset. So, this book didn't start off very promising. I was hesitant to keep finishing it. I was, but I did. I pushed through. This book is dual POV between Bree and Nathan. Bree was an aspiring ballerina. She wanted to go to Juilliard and pursue a professional career. Then she was in a car accident that took her out, and it basically ruined her ballerina career. So she is in LA now, and she opens up a dance studio, and she takes a hit financially because she wants the less fortunate, those that can't afford to be able to do dance, she wants them to. And so she cuts back on their tuition, which as a result makes her struggle more financially. So she's trying to help other aspiring dancers. That's the only thing I loved about her character. And then within the first 3 chapters, y'all, the second-hand embarrassment I was feeling. Like, I felt like I was blushing because I was so embarrassed. I was embarrassed for them. I was embarrassed because of their relationship. I was embarrassed for Kelsey, I think. Let's talk about the trope really quick. This trope is best friends, 2 lovers. They've both been secretly in love with each other on the inside, afraid to tell each other how they feel. So miscommunication is in here, and it was driving me nuts. You guys, it was driving me bananas. I just wanted to throw this book because the miscommunication was that bad. Horrible. So best friends to lovers, and there's also fake dating. So all the tropes I love, it just did not hit the mark. I'm not opposed with the friends to lovers. I prefer enemies to lovers. But I'm not opposed to friends to lovers or best friends to lovers. So it's not the trope that I didn't enjoy. I like the trope. Alright, I've been wanting to get more into sports romance. I like the sports aspect of it as well. I like that, oh, she's a dancer. She's like this elegant dancer, and then he's just like this broad, stocky football player, you know, muscular. So complete opposites as far as their sports go. The reason this book threw me off completely within the first 3 chapters is the fact that it opens up with Bree's POV, and she's showing up at Nathan's apartment early AF for their apparently weekly Tuesday run, and she's brought donuts with her. And I don't know, I'm already finding this like friendship weird because Nathan's girlfriend is there and she's still in pajamas, and she's like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, go away. And I don't blame her for that at all. So right off the bat, I'm like, where's the respect? One, where is the respect for your girlfriend? Where are the boundaries? And there's this part where Nathan's like, oh, it wasn't exclusive for me. Okay, but your girlfriend thought it was exclusive for her, or wanted it to be. I mean, you still gotta have respect for your partner, whoever you're with. You still have to have boundaries and respect. At that point, you're just treating her like garbage. He points out that this relationship was not exclusive for him. And already I'm like, okay, I don't like you. His girlfriend has just had it at this point, and she's like, well, now you gotta choose between her or me. And of course, he's going to choose Bree, or we wouldn't have a 300-page mess of a friendship / relationship. And honestly, I think this book could have been a novella and it would have been better. I'm finding their friendship a little weird, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody else. And we get Nathan's POV, which I was happy for, because if I had to read Bree's POV for this entire book, if I had to be in that girl's head for 300 pages, I couldn't have finished this. I wouldn't have. That would just be torture. I told you before, Bree owns a dance studio. She's taking a hit financially and struggling so that those that are struggling and less fortunate can attend her dance studio. That's the only thing I like about her character. Also, Nathan's been continuously trying to help her with bills and finances, and she just won't accept it. And he has the financial means to do so. He's wealthy AF. Like, he's been in commercials, nudie magazines. This man has more money than he knows what to do with, and she will not accept his help. Also mentioned that Bree owns like 5 copies of the magazine he was naked in. Yeah, and they're friends. They're just friends. Oh, and I did have a note here. It was like, this already seems like a Hallmark movie where it's just a cheesy, cringy mess, but you keep watching it. After Bree was in her accident, she cut Nathan off for like 4 years. Yeah, okay. Y'all are best friends and you just cut him off for 4 years, okay. And then they meet back up again in LA. They cross paths again in LA and like rekindle their friendship. In a nutshell, she constantly, constant, to the point where I had a headache, just constantly friend zones him. What drives me crazy is she cuts him off. He can never finish what he was gonna say, his thought, whatever. She always cuts him off. Right before he can say anything or admit anything, she friend zones him. And that was just driving me freaking crazy, y'all. I just found that to be the most annoying thing ever. Again, insufferable. Constantly friend zones him because she's too afraid that he won't feel the same way for her and then it'll make things awkward. Well, because she constantly friend zones him, he is afraid to say how he feels. So she's struggling financially, like she may not even be able to cover her rent. Which, by the way, Nathan has been going behind her back and helping her out with rent this entire time. And she does find out about it and she's not happy. Well, guess what this man does? He buys the entire building. So now he's her landlord. Moving forward, they go out to celebrate one of his teammates' birthdays, I think. Yeah, they're preparing for playoffs for these games, so the football players are not drinking. And Bree's like, okay, I'm just gonna drink for everybody. Yeah, what a great idea. She gets completely sloshed to the point she's like throwing up or about to. She comes across this girl that happens to be a reporter, but she doesn't know it, and she just like word vomits everything to her. Word vomits her feelings for Nathan, all of that. Then the next day, that goes viral, and everybody's seen it. So then, because this is going viral, and all of his fans like Bree and like them together, they decide to fake date to do a publicity stunt because they're going to film a commercial together and all of that. So they decide to fake date. Apparently Nathan is a virgin because he wants to wait for Bree. So Nathan's a virgin and he doesn't really know much about romance. So his teammates make him a cheat sheet, a romance cheat sheet list of things he needs to do, like tuck her hair behind her ear, etc. I didn't know this, but I guess football players wear a cheat sheet during the game. Actually, I'm gonna go look that up. So they can't have wristbands with like play call information. No clue. I don't know much about sports at all, so that's just like another language. So you have a team full of stocky, gigantic football players making him a romance cheat sheet list. Like, okay. Bree gets hammered, all of that happens. Now they decide to fake date. So that's where the fake dating trope comes into play. I don't agree with what happened in the beginning of the book or how it was handled. As I was reading, I was seeing why some people do like this, okay? I was like, their relationship is sweet at times, and it makes sense because they both are in love with each other and they're holding in all of these feelings. Oh, here we go. I said, Bree is so annoying. Girls, stop. The miscommunication here is pissing me off. She is so dumb. It's because Nathan had a game, and when he's away at games or away for the night, I don't know, she'll just, oh, they have keys to each other's apartments. Did I say that? Yeah. Again, weird friendship, but I guess it makes sense for the plot of this book that they're secretly pining for each other. When he's away, she'll go and help herself to his apartment and sleep there and eat his food, I guess, and make him brownies for when he returns. And I'm like, I guess that's sweet and all, but it's still kind of weird and I don't know. Okay, whatever. Like, she just goes there and like helps herself to everything, and sleeps on his couch, and like, I get it if you're going over there to make him brownies, but she's been there like all day and night. I'm like, girl, you're too much. And this another part that's, I feel like it's supposed to be another one of those tropes or something, but I was not into it. I just thought it was cringy. So Nathan has seen Bree naked again with the keys. Like, he just comes into her apartment, and so he saw her naked one day and she didn't know about this, and he's been keeping this to himself. And so he finally admits to her that he's seen her naked, and then she's like, okay, we need to even the playing field, like, this is not fair, let's make this fair. And she forces him to undress himself. Yeah. And I feel like this is supposed to be where we as a reader are like, oh, we feel the tension and oh, that's kind of hot. I did not find it any of those things. I found it cringy, and Bree is just ridiculous. When I put in here, I roll, like I was rolling my eyes the whole time. Oh my god. And so yeah, she forces him to undress, and then she like flakes out and she makes him stop because her ovaries can't handle it. So then she plays it off as a joke, which just makes it more cringy and awkward and ridiculous. Like, this whole book is ridiculous. Again, nothing against Sarah Adams. I like her writing style. I like her as an author, just not these characters. Oh my god. Yeah, you can see where I just didn't care anymore on my notes, because the last thing I said was like, she cuts him off all the time, which, yeah, driving me crazy. She never lets him finish his thoughts, never lets him, just so annoying. And the last thing I said was like toward the end of the book, I said, she literally threatens Nathan's mom to make him choose between them. So just like every time he gets a girlfriend, she makes him choose between his girlfriend or her. Then there's a part in the book where she threatens to force Nathan to choose between his mom or her, which I get it, his mom isn't the greatest of moms, and she's toxic in a way, and she treats Bree like shit, but I don't blame her, okay? I don't know. Okay, I don't think you should make your man choose between his mother and you, okay? Sorry, I don't care who his mother is. I don't think you should force that on him. He should make that decision for himself, you know? I get it, in this world we live in, people are toxic, people are manipulative, people are abusive. I don't agree with any of that. I'm just saying, I still don't think you should force someone to choose between their significant other or their parent. Like, that should be up to them. You should never be like, oh, you gotta choose between me or her. That's like, I feel like that's like almost as bad as making somebody choose between their child and you. I don't think you should force somebody to choose for themselves. Like, they know their parent. They know you. they should be able to make that decision for themselves. That's all I'm gonna say. Briefly, I am 60 pages into Atmosphere, so I don't have a lot to say. I will say this is my first ever Taylor Jenkins book, and I'm loving it. I love her writing style. To be honest, I was intimidated by this. This is something I wouldn't usually grab off the shelf. This intimidated me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be completely honest. Yeah, this is just not something that I would gravitate toward on a bookshelf, but I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this book. It's new, it's packed with new information. I'm loving it. And you know what? She explains it in a way where I can still understand, even though everything space related I knew nothing about. But I love her writing style, and I definitely think I want to pick up I think it's the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I want to pick that up later into the fall. It seems kind of like a fallish type of book, so now I want to read all of her books. I am in love with her writing, y'all. Loving the 80s vibe. Oh my god. I think there was a Cowboys and Aliens reference. There was a joke about cowboys, and I didn't understand it. And my friend Alyssa and I are buddy reading this, and I'm gonna put her TikTok here. Y'all should go check her out. She's amazing. So she's the one who told me about this book, and then I looked it up and I saw that everyone was crying over this book, and so of course I'm nosy and I need to know, why are people crying? Why is this breaking everybody's heart? I picked it up, so I asked her, I was like, what do you think that cowboy joke meant? And she seems to think maybe it's a reference to Cowboys and Aliens. So I'm just loving all the references in here. There's one about Top Gun, there's one about Joshua Tree, which I've never been, and I do live in Texas, but I looked it up and I'm like, I just love that. I love it. They talk about the Beatles in here. I'm just having the best time. I believe it is going to be a sapphic romance, or Alyssa told me it's sapphic, but I'm not far enough into it for there to be romance yet. I'm only 60 pages in. I feel like we're getting some like glances and things like that, but that's all. Oh my god, this opens up, there's action right off the bat. Like, already there's a malfunction in the space shuttle, and it's left the astronauts on board unconscious, and I think some may be dead too. So I don't know. So already I was getting scared. My heart was pounding for them. I can't even imagine being in that situation. So already I was like, oh my god, oh my god. Like after not chapter 1, it's not really chapters, there's like sections. After the first section where we get a break, I just felt it. I felt it in my heart. I was like, there's gonna be an accident, something's gonna happen, something bad is going to happen. And sure enough, it did. Again, I did not read the synopsis, so actually I would recommend going into this blind. I'm having the best time. I did not read the synopsis. Do I ever read the synopsis? No. Should I read the synopsis? One of the astronauts that's on board during this is Vanessa Ford, and I believe she's going to be the love interest for our main character Joan. And so we do get Vanessa's POV as well. This follows Joan's perspective mostly, and it was her life experiences and her career before and during her becoming an astronaut. And she was previously an astronomer before she became an astronaut. This book is so empowering for women. I'm loving it. I'm loving the girl power here. It talks about Joan's life, and so she has a sister named Barbara, and Barbara has a daughter named Frances, and I feel like Joan has kind of taken the place as like a second mother and is very motherly toward her and takes care of her when her sister has been slacking and things like that. So she's very close to her niece Frances, and you know, even when she has moments in her training where she thinks, oh my god, I could die, like what's gonna happen to Frances. Like she's worried about Frances. And I think that's so sweet. It's so cute. I'm loving her relationship with her niece. Like, I adore it. I adore it so much. It's so sweet. Oh my god. And the type of training that they have to go through, oh my god. I had no idea. Like, I figured it would be intense and all, but damn. These are definitely strong women, the strongest women ever probably, because I could never. I am loving this. I'm 60 pages in. I do want to finish this. I'm either going to read it throughout the week so I can continue buddy reading it with my friend, or like depending where she's at, because I know she's crazy busy with school. If she can't get it read this week, I have to return my copy on Monday, unfortunately. So if that's the case, then I will just probably binge this book in a day. I feel like I could just knock it out if I really focus. So I'm just gonna read this. We'll see. I'll let you know. But I'm 60 pages in. My focus this week needs to be trying to do the finishing series I'm reading vlog. So I've got a lot to read. Oh, and real quick before I let you go, I got some book mail, and this was a complete surprise. I was a Goodreads winner. Oh my god. That like never happens. That never happens. And I'm telling you, I sit there and I enter the giveaways over and over and over and over. But I got Follow My Voice by Ariana Godoy. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm butchering her name, but this, I've never read any books. This is the author for Through My Window, I believe. Through My Window. There is a movie on Netflix and I haven't seen it, but I believe it was originally a Wattpad book. So I am so excited for this book. Already I did read the synopsis, so I finally read a synopsis. Already this book is reminding me of what is that show on Netflix with that one guy, Sarah Burgess's Biggest Loser or something. Hold on, I can look it up. Sierra Burgess is a Big Loser. I adored that movie on Netflix. That was so good. So good. So this is kind of already giving me that vibe, because, I mean, just because it sounds like they fall in love through the phone screen and they haven't seen each other in person is the vibe I'm getting. I'm not sure. This book comes out at the end of September, so it's not even out yet. So this is an ARC copy, and I literally feel like the luckiest person ever to receive this. So this is going on my September TBR for sure. I cannot wait. I can't wait. This sounds so good. So this is about Clara, and she has agoraphobia. I know what it is. She has agoraphobia and anxiety, so I can totally relate. I don't like leaving the house either. I mean, I have anxiety, so she hasn't left the house in 8 months, you guys. Can you imagine that time, like during COVID? So kind of like that. So she has not left the house. So she listens to a college radio program. So I'm wondering if this radio show is from her college. Is she in college? It just says Kang, the soothing, thoughtful host of her favorite late-night college radio program. Then an unexpected text message changes everything. So it is a texting relationship, and then I guess they're finally going to meet in person. Yeah. See, Sierra Burgess is a Big Loser. Can you fall in love with someone you've never seen? So already I'm thinking of that movie, and I can't wait for this book. This is going to be so good. And the cover is stunning. So she is in community college. Okay, so it is, so I believe the radio show is, the students in the radio show are part of the community college she's enrolled in. So I should just read you the synopsis. So it says, King's schedule overlaps with hers. So she does leave the house to go to community college, and his schedule overlaps with hers. So they've been texting, but I guess like they don't know who they are yet because they haven't seen each other in person. Oh my god, this sounds so good. So I wonder if like she knows who he is, but he doesn't know who she is. Or do they both not know? So I am just so excited for this book. It says now a major motion picture right here. So, and I was trying to find this on Netflix and couldn't. So let me know if you have seen the movie. I'm trying to find the movie, so let me know. I'm just so excited. And this cover is just so stunning. Look at them. Look how adorable. Okay, I cannot wait. I honestly want to stop what I'm doing and read this book, but I have to stay on task and get through these priorities, or these vlogs aren't going to happen. This is an example of when I am new and don't know what I'm doing when it comes to booktube. Okay, y'all, thank you so much for sticking this out with me. I am so parched after all this talking. I will just do a quick little wrap up. I will put my TBR for the week for my finishing series vlog. These are the books right here that I want to read. I wanted to read a couple more, but it's just too much. Like, there's no way. So I'm gonna stick with these 4 books and hopefully get them done by next Monday. And then I'm going to do my last summer fling before Halloween vlog. I have an idea of the books I want to check out. I'm gonna go to the library for most of them. The only 2 books I own with the word summer in it is Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. And this is going to be my first Megan Quinn book. Let me know if you've read her Christmas one, and let me know what you think. And then One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serle. So those 2 are on my physical TBR, so I'm going to be prioritizing those. I really wanted to read The Last Sunrise by Anna Todd and It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I know that there's not the word summer in the title, but I did want to prioritize those before I wrap up my summer reading. Y'all, it's already fall. It is already fall. I just did not get a whole lot of summer romance reading done, believe it or not, because most of this year I was in a reading slump, and then I've just been on a romantasy kick, just reading romantasy back to back to back. So I did not get through like hardly any summer books. And then I started reading Emily Henry, which I didn't even own most of her books, but I started reading Emily Henry and Abby Jimenez this year, which I fell in love. So I've just been like trying to read their books, which I don't even own. So all of my summer books I own on my physical TBR have just gone to the back burner. And I really need to start prioritizing here, or I'm never gonna read my TBR. I don't have space on my shelves. I need to read my physical TBR to figure out which books I want to keep and which books I want to donate, because I have no space on my shelf. I am just blabbering now. I'm just blabbering. I'm gonna let you guys go. Toodles.